Hi everyone, this is a collective tarot reading for Leo season, which begins on Saturday, July 22nd. If you want to see more peace, love, health, and wealth in the world, this reading will hopefully help us build that world together during Leo season. So I'm going to do a 7-card horseshoe spread, and as always, I have 3 oracle cards to the side where you can pick which one, which 2, or which all 3 resonate with you, and we will do that at the end. I am curious about the top couple of cards because I don't know if you noticed the cut, but there were like some cards that kind of jumped to the top of the deck. Very interesting. So anyway, let's see what we have. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands. Present is the Hangman. Interesting. Known factors, 6 of Swords reversed. Us collectively, we are the 8 of Cups. Very interesting. Unknown factors, King of Cups reversed. Advice, 10 of Cups reversed. Oh boy. Potential outcome or potential future, 6 of Cups with the Emperor reversed at the bottom of the deck. This probably isn't framed right for you at all. It will be clear the reason why I said, oh boy, as soon as I turned over the 10 of Cups reversed. That part is very obvious, but I'm gonna stare at these cards a bunch and I'll see you right now. I'm going to try to be as clear as possible without looping too much, because the gist of this message, the most cynical way of viewing this message is the usual common self-help stuff that we hear all the time. Work on yourself, work on your relationships, be patient. That really is the underlying theme of this reading, pretty significantly. But for those of us who don't like hearing things like that, which is most of us, I want to try to get through to you. So I'm going to break this down in a bit more detail here. So flowing through these cards here, the efforts of the past have led us to a point where there is a perception shift happening right now. And there is wisdom being gained from that perspective shift. Now, I don't know if this is, this could be anyone. It could be people who were not aligned with the causes that I alluded to at the top of this video, you know, slowly becoming more amenable to these ideas. Or it could be us realizing the part that we played in this Knight of Wands energy in our past here, and reviewing this. And actually, might as well cycle into this. Venus is going to be retrograde for basically all of Leo season. And right at the end, Mercury is also going to go retrograde. So there's going to be, it's the time of the year where we, you know, go over stuff, cross our T's, dot our I's, and all that shit. So those are going to be themes that I see in the next couple months. But coming back to this reading here, the overall message of these 4 cards here is don't let the slow progress that we've made up until this point put us on tilt, more on being on tilt soon. I've used that metaphor a lot in recent videos. But anyway, we need to keep moving forward, but the world that we want to see, it's important to keep that vision in mind, but to not let it, not get so attached to it that we become impatient and we go on tilt. Actually, I'll explain what that is. Being on tilt comes from poker. It's basically when, let's say you lose a hand and it frustrates you. And you're so frustrated that you start making mistakes that you usually know better than to make. And you basically start playing worse than your highest potential can be, you know. And you're doing that out of frustration, and you're making a lot of needless, pointless mistakes. And that's the message of this King of Cups reverse here. It's a warning that we need to get in control of our emotions. And yes, the the world that we want to build together hasn't been manifesting as quickly as we'd like, but there has been progress made, and it's important to keep moving forward. And as a result, or at least, you know, this Six of Cups in the potential outcome position, I really like it because this is what strengthens the just chilling out and reconnecting with people and mingling and just being chill. You don't need to make everything about serious shit, you know? Sometimes you could just talk about the weather and talk about the funny thing that you saw on YouTube. It's okay. You have to care, but not that much. I haven't said that phrase in a minute. But yeah, and honestly, the Emperor reversed at the bottom of the deck here has basically been silently nodding this whole time. You know, we have a lot of potential to take control and take control of ourselves, take control of our environment, and take steps towards the kind of utopia that we have in our minds. But we need to make sure that we keep ourselves in check while we continue to move forward and just be patient, you know. But again, just be chill, mingle, work on yourself, work on your relationships, be patient. These three cards right here, but keep moving forward. That's kind of, I think I've looped enough for this reading. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give this video a like. If you want to support what I do, or if you have something you want me to look into, you can find more information on my Patreon below. But let's move over to the Oracle cards. If you chose the archetype card, your archetype is the Mother. Very interesting. Let me put that on camera here, the Mother archetype. The light attribute, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Shadow attributes, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. The funny thing is, depending on where you're coming at, like if you've watched this whole video, if you're still watching, depending on where you are at, this might be the light attribute or the shadow attribute for you. So for those of you who need to hear it, it's important to make sure that you're coming from a place of love, coming from a place of reciprocity and generosity without expecting anything in return. And for some of you, like, don't be guilt tripping people. Yeah, is the message to summarize the shadow attribute. If you chose the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, your card is Appreciation, the Moon in Leo. What a nice card. This might be a time to be more open in the things that you appreciate in people. Like something that really helped me back when I was doing improv. I was so enthusiastic. Most of the people that I met, like networking while I was doing improv, was really just watching a bunch of shows, getting excited, getting enthusiastic, and then walking up to the performers after the show and telling them like, oh, I really enjoyed your set. That's like 99% of it. And being coachable, you know, but forget that part. This part is about you, Moon in Leo, which it will be soon after the eclipse, the new moon. Anyway, be more vocal about the things that you appreciate in people and why, and be authentic. You're being encouraged to do that, which can help you with all the stuff that I mentioned in these cards that I don't feel like looping on again. If you chose the Tao Oracle, your card is Increase. This is I Ching hexagram number 42. And the keywords are sharing, reaping rewards, overflow, expansion, flowering, encouragement, fertile ground, abundance. Jesus Christ, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, how does this add to a reading that was so on theme with these themes? Let me just look at the card here for inspiration. Remember that we have, The opportunity is still there. A flower doesn't grow in an hour. It doesn't just go boop from seed to flower, you know? And that doesn't mean that the ground isn't fertile and that we are not in a position to grow that flower. So be patient and be optimistic, because this is a great card. Actually, I'll just reread the keywords: sharing, reaping rewards, overflow, expansion, flowering, encouragement, fertile ground, abundance. So just try to keep those themes in mind for those of you who chose this card. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great Leo season. I'll see you, I don't know when, for the full moon in Aqua. Y'all have a great Leo season.